Thanks for coming, Gratis. Take care.
All right,
See you later.
see y'all later. Actually, all right, baby, we back once a motherfucking again.
Welcome back. How
Oh,
that
okay.
went?
Well, here is Dratus. So then we will start. Welcome. This is the first episode of the Imperial Paradox E3 Hype Week. So welcome. I am your host, Mary. Dratus. He will be my co-host today. Today we also have Jester and Yu and Hippo. Thanks for joining us.
Hold on. I gotta change.
I must be one of these alien.
Hold on. Let me change my stream to talk shows. You're gonna get me
Okay,
banned on
alright.
Twitch.
I was gonna say, I don't care for Kingdom Hearts, but a lot of people are excited for Kingdom Hearts. I could never.
Oh my god, I want one.
Oh no, the little bunny slug.
Can I buy those in a store?
I don't know. It's so cute.
It looks like an alien.
It's just so freaking adorable.
telling you, it's how you die.
It probably is.
Because humans are dumb, and we can't help it. We're like, look how cute it is. Why is my arm melting off?
I'm not gonna touch it. I just want it.
You just want to keep it in like a little tank.
Now, as I
Like,
said,
this is my bunny slug.
I just want something pretty to look at that I'm not gonna touch.
Yeah.
Oh god.
no, we don't have anything interesting.
We're losing him.
We are. The machines are taking over.
No.
Better or worse?
Beep boop. Beep boop.
Guy.
What?
Guy.
Oh god. Okay, we all right, baby. We got Sval up in here. Let's go.
Sval?
No one's
Is that Sval?
no
Who's
one's
that?
streaming,
Where's
right?
Sval?
I could talk about animal like poop and
I'm
stuff.
telling you, that was Jester. And
Good
that's
lord, he
all
sounds like Sval.
No, it's Jesty.
Oh.
I'm not
Jesty
the
does
only
not
one.
sound like Sval.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not. Jester has a majestically sexy voice, and Sval sounds like
saying-
Sval.
Wow, cold, savage.
Beep boop.
So, okay, all right. Oh, you changed it. Yay. All right. So, the first subject is, what is everyone, excited for E3? Dratus, go ahead.
Really, just Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I'm just gonna,
Does anyone know?
Hmm?
You talk first.
you know,
Sorry, Travis.
because I can't get this to show up on my stream here.
Oh, you can't?
No,
No, you can't be a talk show?
no, I can't. I can't get Discord to show up on my stream.
Oh, no. Oh, how sad.
Do I have to full screen it? What do I gotta do? I mean, it shows my cursor in front of it,
Oh,
which
that's
is
weird.
I don't know. Let's just delete this. Remove. Let's do this. Add.
Oh, what is this? Oh my god, Joe was apparently drugging the cats. There's catnip.
Oh yes, this is gonna make for an interesting night.
Alright, Yu, what are you excited for E3?
I want to know if they're going to show off more Spyro. Oh god, the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're going to show off more gameplay.
That would be cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Because it's a blast from the past, and from what they're showing, they built it from the ground up.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I'm really excited for it.
That is pretty cool. Alright, Jester, what are you most excited about for E3?
It's kind of funny. You already know what I'm most excited about for you.
I know, but this is our show. We're on Josh's stream.
Hands down, I am most excited for anything and everything having to do with Kingdom Hearts.
Because
I've been playing the series since I was a little boy.
Oh. Yes, Kingdom. But I am also the most excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. Um, for similar reasons, I have not been playing it since I was a little boy, but um, I was in high school when I first started playing Kingdom Hearts, and I don't know, it just has the most magical story. It just it just reaches in and it grabs a hold of you, and to finally just see the end of Sora's tale is just going to be so amazing. I'm going to cry really hard. I'm also interested in these rumors. Don't know if anyone else has heard of these rumors that we might be getting maybe a release date for the Final Fantasy VII remake. What does everyone think of that?
I believe
Yosh,
you're counting your ducks before they quack. I
I
mean,
don't know.
I
There have been some leaks. I
Look,
mean, who knows about
Yoshi
leaks?
P has been put on that team,
A
so
leak
he's
farmer.
actually helping them.
Oh, really?
Yes,
didn't know that.
that's what he was requested to help with. But he immediately told them 14 is precedent over 7.
Hmm.
because he loves us and all the
Aw.
money we throw at him.
He does.
Also, 14 is twice as much as 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hippo. I forgot. What are you most excited to hear about for E3, Hippo?
Sexy ladies in cosplay.
That's not going to be until the middle of the week, but I don't.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
That is a good one, though.
Also, Smash Bros.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
right.
need to
Smash
find
Bros.
out
thing.
if Corrin will be DLC again.
Probably not. I want to see who the Fire Emblem roster is, because that's usually who I pick with. I hope they
It's
keep Robin.
they're probably going to keep Robin because there's not enough of them. If he's not in the base game, he'll be DLC.
I would
'Cause
not be surprised.
I just would really like them to put Crom in the game instead of trolling poor Crom.
Well, what I think they're gonna do is, do you remember how Bowser Jr. had like a bunch of different characters, all just like with the same moveset?
You mean the other kids? Yeah.
I think that they're gonna roll up Marth, Roy, no, Marth, maybe Roy, Crom, and Lucina into one character with different skins.
I was like, but the problem is Lucina counts as a different character. Her movesets are a bit slower than Martha's. But I
Yeah,
could
but they
see.
changed moves. Like, no, her movesets were almost identical. It's the difference was tipping. Was like Lucina's damage was set equal throughout the sword, where Mars' damage increased the closer to the tip of the sword you got.
Like,
And
I
was
could see them doing a Crom skin from Marth, maybe?
I think they're just gonna roll them all into one. There's so many Fire Emblem characters right now. I like they're a bit saturated. I think they're gonna roll up some of the sword users into one person. Then you're gonna get Ike because Ike is Radiant Dawn
I
and
was like,
Japan.
Ike's already unique fighting style, though,
I
compared to
would
the rest of them, so I'd see him being different.
someone who I think might get added to the roster, like because they'll free up room if they roll up the sword users into one. Someone who I think might get added, Lynn. She had
I
so
really.
much love in Warriors. She's been like smashing all the popularity contests lately. Like
She.
Lynn,
I really don't want to see her.
Okay,
She's been
here
in every single game, practically. But
Dra-
go on, Dredis.
Draz has prediction.
Okay,
Draz
what's
has prediction.
Radis's prediction?
Okay, we are watching the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, the new one for E3, and they show us the release date finally after like 30 freaking years.
Yep.
And they were like, before we go, we got one special thing that we want to share with all of you. Reggie from Nintendo comes up on stage. He's like, "Yo, baby, we love Kingdom Hearts as much as y'all. We're announcing Kingdom Hearts for Switch. We are also announcing this," and then they just show a trailer, and it's fucking Sora for Smash.
wait, here's the thing.
They're just gonna drop it in our laps. They're just gonna
Now,
drop it in our laps.
now it's actually interesting that you mentioned the Switch, because Nomura has mentioned in interviews that he's interested about porting Kingdom Hearts 3 to the Switch. However, he doesn't want to do it at release because that would delay the release date. So he's decided that we're going to have the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One version out first, and then probably maybe next year looking at a Switch port. So thank fucking God, because I don't spend enough money. I need 2 versions of Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to announce it
Yeah.
for next year, but to hold you over
Yeah.
here, here's Sora for Switch, Smash
Yeah, I
for
could
Switch.
see them doing that.
Yeah,
Plus,
for
Nintendo release dates are always pushed back because Nintendo has very strict restrictions on what they let people put out.
yeah.
Like that's why Dark Souls 3, I mean the Dark Souls remake is already out for the PlayStation and Xbox, but we still haven't gotten the Switch version yet. Because
That makes
Well,
sense.
the other part of the coin for
Nintendo
that is
wanted to
also
push
they
off
don't
the
have a
servers.
proper online service. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Nintendo's.
they have the servers though. They got like Splatoon and all those other games constantly running online
Yeah.
multiplayer.
But that's
But that's a
Nintendo's.
server by them.
Yeah, that's
It's not
theirs.
Nintendo Help server.
Yeah, it's like third-party
Okay.
server they're having to rely on far as Dark Souls. And from what I hear nowadays, that Nintendo seal of quality is really hard to get. It's really lucrative to get.
Well, yeah, Nintendo has always tried to make itself stand on quality of games.
And
Because
they've
if one game tarnishes, especially because they have so many strong IPs, they know that one bad game can ruin an IP that before could just print them money.
I was gonna say, did they release the Mario and Rabbit thing?
yeah,
Mario.
that's been out.
Yeah,
That's
I
been
was gonna
patched.
say, I think that was them trying to save the Rayman franchise, actually. 'Cause
It's
been having
actually
issues.
it's a cool game.
They're trying
Did
to
you ever
save
think
the
about that?
rabbits.
It's Baby XCOM.
It
It
is.
is.
But Mary, I know you played it when I brought it over. Did you ever
Yeah.
get a chance to pick it up, or
No, I haven't. I did play it again, because I did have another friend come over with a Switch, so I played another. I think we did a co-op one, which was pretty cool.
I didn't even know it had co-op. My bad. I
Yeah, it
would have
has
done that.
co-op. Yeah, that's okay. It has co-op in the story mode. I think it was. Anyway, it was really fun. I don't have the money for it because I'm budgeting for, I got Octopath Traveler coming out. I got Shining Resonance Refrain coming out 3 days before that.
So
Pick up Detective Pikachu.
And then apparently, also, let's talk about the other exciting thing with Kingdom Hearts 3 related. So, Square Enix announced their fiscal plan for the year. They released their end of year fiscal plan. They are assuming that they're projecting that their quarter 3 sales are going to be driven by the Kingdom Hearts 3 release. Now, quarter 3 fiscally is
Christmas.
July 1st to September 30th.
I thought it was Christmas.
Nope.
No, that's
Oh no!
July
that's
1st
the start of the
to
fiscal.
September 30th.
That's why they had a thing for 14 they were doing, they were gonna box up and get ready to announce a new expansion.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why our things pushed off to November is I do believe they're anticipating Kingdom Hearts 3 to make a good bit of money, and they don't want to.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
So what I'm thinking now, there's. I want to hear your theory after this, Stratus, but I just want to address that there is a really weird rumor going around that it's going to be July 13th. I don't know. I mean, there's really no basis in it, but for some reason, it's just gaining traction. Everyone's a lot of people underground are talking about it. Personally, I think the end of August, probably. I don't know, because you got Octopath Traveler, which is Square Enix, is coming out Again, that I think that's actually coming out July 13th. So I don't know why everyone else is saying Square Enix is going to release two games at once. It isn't just going to happen.
Yeah.
So go ahead with what your theory is.
Well,
Travis.
maybe I was gonna say maybe they'll pull a Nintendo and just say, okay, here's the trailer, and they reveal the date, and they're like, okay, here's the date. You've been waiting like 33 years for this. Here it is, July 3rd.
Damn. That would be interesting. What day of the week is July 3rd?
A Tuesday.
It's
It is a
possible.
Tuesday, so it's very plausible.
It would be.
They usually come out on Tuesday or Friday.
I would die. I
You
I
would
don't think
emergency
Wouldn't that be
emergency
they need
days
like
off.
at least 2 or 3 months to advertise after a release date and give people
No,
pre-order.
it's
They
Kingdom
don't
Hearts
want
3. They don't have to advertise anything.
The people who are
They-
going to play that game, who are going to buy that game, are going to buy it not based on advertising, based on I've been waiting for this game since I was 14 years old. I'm like 35 now.
Yeah.
Hurry up!
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Still try to get like people to buy like who aren't in the franchise already. They're still gonna try to get as much market as they can, so they're gonna want to put some advertisement out.
Well, that's why they were putting Pixar characters in it too.
Yeah.
That was the big point of Wreck-It Ralph and Monsters Inc.
Well, that's in 3.
Yeah, that's how I meant.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because there are
They're
some
definitely
Pixar
gonna try
fans.
to appeal to a younger audience because they already have the older audience in the bank. They're gonna like. It doesn't matter how hype a game is. There has to be. There has to be an advertisement for it going in. So and like you need at least to give people a month to pre-order
That is a
to
month.
get the maximum sales.
It's
So-
about a month, yeah.
So I would say no sooner than the end of July.
Yeah, that's why I was saying August.
August, I could see maybe.
I think
Yeah.
I think Kingdom Hearts 3
Yeah.
is going to sell better than God of War.
I honestly think that.
I'm literally like I will throw as much money as I can. If there is a collector's edition, I literally don't care how much it costs.
I'm
Like-
expecting.
Like
DLC.
I don't care. I'll put it on a credit card. I don't care. I will incur debt.
No, don't debt yourself.
I mean,
will do it.
I mean, honestly, where's that debt going to go when you die?
Exactly. I don't. No, nowhere. It evaporates.
It evaporates. I mean, it doesn't matter how much debt you're
No,
in, as
it's
long
not
as
like
as long as any of your payments are not eating up all the money you make.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine.
Just,
Exactly. I don't
just
care.
go wait outside the Nintendo shop with a large rock.
I'm
Problem solved.
literally. I'm just gonna like. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do.
I also guess they'll probably be showing off more gameplay for the Pikachu and Eevee game.
That would be cool. Because I'm really interested in how
they're
that game works.
supposedly doing a cameo for the next generation Pokemon with Pokemon Go. Once you beat it, you can
Yeah,
transfer
yeah.
Pokemon over to Go, and
Mhm.
it'll just be like, "Hey, this is here." But they've already been talking. Everyone's thinking Hippo, like the guy that made Yellow and that stuff, right? He released designs that he took out of the game for a fourth form of Pikachu.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And it was as strong as a legendary Pokemon. Effectively, and that's why it was taken out. Because Pikachu or Raichu was able to evolve again. The weird
We
thing
should make
was
it a
called-
4th tier Pokemon.
Yeah. It was like the thing's known as Gorochu. It's very bestial looking. It's either that, or they're going to show a legendary, or they're going to show a Eevee form.
I'm hoping for Eevee.
So, some other E3 rumors we have here. We have a new Hitman game that's being teased. We are having a possible new Nintendo. There's a rumor that this has been going around on Reddit. There's going to be a new Animal Crossing game for Switch coming up here very soon.
Ooh.
Fuck my
Now
life.
that would be exciting.
There goes all my free time.
I know, right?
And this was detailed in a 4chan post. But you know, if it's 4chan, it can be right or wrong.
Ooh.
That it would require you to actually carry around your Switch, walk around.
Oh, the little
To
handheld one?
that
Are you talking Tamagotchi style Animal Crossing?
no, like
Okay.
it had the Switch has a oscillometer in it, so it knows when it's being moved, and it can guess how many steps you're taking, far as from you going point A to point B, and and what's being described here is you hold it looking down as you're holding your Switch down, looking for like stuff like collectibles, like you do in Animal Crossing. And that
Oh,
was like
okay.
one of the features they were
So
talking
is it
about.
like an augmented reality or like not quite?
Not really.
Mm.
And you can and another feature that's been touted here, and this is all rumor, speculation. Who knows? Another rumor that's been talked about is that you can use like if you have a friend that has a Switch, you can actually visit their game and walk around in their game, and they can do that same to yours.
Oh, see, that's cool. See, I miss that from what generation of Pokemon was it that you could go into people's if you like did a trade that their secret base would show up on your
Sapphire,
game?
Ruby, and
That was Sapphire, yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that. That
They
was
brought
cool.
that back in the
Was that
Omega
Diamond and Pearl?
version.
Oh,
I
they
thought the
did?
secret base-
Yeah, they brought it back in. No, Diamond and
Omega.
Pearl was the mining thing, Hippo. Which you
Right,
could
I
hang
you
out
had,
with
like, your
friends and
underground
mine.
base there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have a
I
base.
will
Yeah.
actually be right back, guys. I have to go run an errand for show, but I should be back in like 10 minutes. So keep this talk going. I'll be back.
Okay.
I don't know any other games.
Um.
Oh, I want to talk about Animal Crossing real quick. Didn't they just come out with the mobile version for that though?
Yeah, there
I
was a
feel like
there was a mobile version of Animal Crossing released earlier this year.
Oh god, Pocket Camp. Ugh.
It's got a lot of loot boxes in it, but you know, it's a mobile game. What do you expect?
I was just thinking. I mean, they might want to keep that going for a bit longer if they release Animal Crossing on the Switch, or even like announce it. They'd pretty much kill that game.
I mean, won't kill it immediately. I mean, and then they could also have the mobile game tie into the new Switch game like they did with Pokemon Go. I mean, that's what they're doing.
It,
I mean, they're following a trend with that, so that could be a thing they could do. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like they have enough money going right now. They might hold off on an Animal Crossing for like the next year, next quarter.
they might announce it, but it probably won't be out till next year. I mean, they want people to get hyped up on the Switch, and you know they want to let people know what's coming out. So I wouldn't doubt them, you know, at least announcing it or showing a screenshot or
Yeah.
you know.
I'm not saying they won't announce a new one, but I'm saying it's not going to be out in the near future.
Yeah, it
I
won't.
mean, they already got people melting for the new Okami game.
Yeah, they do.
even though it's just a remake.
It's just a remake of a
Well,
remake.
yeah, but it's like still in. You know what? I would literally legitimately lose my shit over.
What's that?
Remake Beautiful Joe.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my god.
Get,
That is my entire E3 wish list.
I mean, they
Beautiful
have.
Joe, Nintendo Switch.
I mean, Platinum Games. They just got done with what Bayonetta 3. Has that already come out?
I think so.
Yeah, they're done. I mean, what else are they working on? They can work on another Mighty Number. Not Mighty Number 9. Wonderful 101 is what I was trying to say. That was also a great game. Um, I mean, what else is Platinum doing right now? They're obviously not working with I mean, they might be working with Konami, but I mean,
Don't work with Konami, please. They're a terrible company.
Konami is the worst.
It affect depending how Japan handle it. They pretty much just put the nail and casket on Castlevania, though.
That and they fucked up Metal Gear Solid, and I mean that's the saddest thing on planet Earth. But um, I don't know
I
about
was
you
gonna.
guys, but one game I'm excited for because I want to see more of it is obviously is Fallout 76. Um, there's a lot of rumor that that's going to be a multiplayer game, and it's going to it's going to be like a co-op Fallout
Oh
game,
God.
which has never been done before. Far as Fallout, and it's kind of a
Is
it's
concerned.
kind of a it's kind of concerning. Yeah, it's kind of like a scary, if not concerning, concept to think about. But I mean, if anyone can do it, it would be Bethesda. I think. I mean, anyone else here?
Speaking of Bethesda, this is going to be a question that's going to be asked by a lot of people. When is the next Elder Scrolls coming out? Because they have actually hinted at it a few times.
I mean, Bethesda has a press conference. Um, a press
Scheduled
conference
after.
scheduled. They're not just going to show Fallout 76 and be done. They're going to show more stuff. It might be a new Doom game. It might be a
Oh, it's
new
like
Elder
they.
I want
Scrolls.
that sequel.
I was like, they could also be previewing Somerset since Somerset just came out.
I
Like,
mean,
hey, this
I
just
just
came
wanted to
out.
point something out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Dradis said this would be like the first time for whatever Elder Scroll, I mean Fallout
No.
MMO, or not MMO, Fallout Open World or co-op. My bad. Sorry.
a multiplayer Fallout.
Yeah, I mean there are so many multiplayer survival games out already, though. If you look at games like The Forest or Don't
Ark
Starve Yet.
or DayZ. I mean, even though DayZ hasn't really done shit since it came out.
Yeah, but there are games already that fill that niche. It's not like it'd be super groundbreaking. The thing that would be
No,
groundbreaking would be more about its size.
really, what if they did a multiplayer Fallout, they would really have to focus on what makes Fallout Fallout. And that's what's going to draw people into it. People who love Fallout are going to be drawn to this game. Um,
I agree.
I'm hoping it's not a 100% survival, build a base, kill shit. I don't want to be all that. I want it to be a Fallout game. I want to go exploring. I want to meet people, and I want a story. You know, and Bethesda's games are all story driven. Even their multiplayer, like games that have multiplayer in them, are story driven. And I honestly think that when they show us this game, it will have a story to it because it's pretty much just a spin-off. It's just like Fallout New Vegas for the most part. It's a non-main series Fallout game that's a spin-off pretty much. But I mean, even though Fallout New Vegas was considered a spin-off and not a main story game, ever since it came out up until this day, it's actually considered one of the mainline
The best
games,
one.
and it's considered one of the best Fallout games ever made. And it wasn't even made by Bethesda; it was made by Obsidian Entertainment.
Obsidian.
It's essentially a Fallout 3 mod. It's a giant Fallout 3 mod, the whole game, and I still play that game to this day, and that's what a lot of people were hoping the new Fallout was going to be. It was going to be a Obsidian spin-off game like Fallout New Vegas, or maybe we could revisit Vegas because that game had so much personality, and with a new
Yeah, but
Fallout
wasn't
engine,
Vegas like very choice like driven? It'd be hard to come up with a canon ending for that game. So like anything you did in the previous games would.
well, the thing with Fallout games is there's multiple endings, right? But when the next game comes out, usually the canonical ending for the previous game is made clear. Um, like Fallout 3, there was multiple endings where you could, save Project Purity, or you could put the FEV virus in and kill everyone, turn them all to mutants, or there's multiple ones. But the canon ending of Fallout 3 that was revealed in Fallout 4 was that Project Purity was saved and it benefited the Capital Wasteland. Fallout 4 is the only Fallout that doesn't have a canonical ending right now. Fallout New Vegas' canonical ending is that the courier helps Robert House, and through Robert House, the courier saves New Vegas and drives both the Legion and the NCR back from the dam. And that was also revealed in Fallout 4 because it's mentioned in like it's either mentioned by NPC or you can find it on like a computer, like a data log, and it'll tell you kind of, and it just hints that that was the canonical ending.
Now, speaking of multiple endings, how would he get this? That might be really detrimental, or be at the detriment, if multiplayer was introduced.
True.
Because
But
now
no.
you have to like.
Are you there?
You know what I'd like to see? Another thing I'd like to see?
What's that?
Oh, we're talking about those games. A new fucking Borderlands that isn't garbage.
Yeah, I agree. Borderlands 2 was the last great Borderlands game.
Well, what they said they were gonna. There've been rumors about Borderlands 3.
Yeah, because the other one, what was the other one called? The one
The
after?
pre-sequel.
The prequel to the sequel or something, whatever it's called.
Yeah, pre-sequel.
Yeah, that game was
At the time of
horrible.
the past, in the future, so some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's confusing. That game was horrible. It was just, I mean, to me it was a Borderlands 2 mod. It was just a telling of what happened with Jack before Borderlands 2.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Take-Two Interactive has been pretty quiet as well. Their last game, which I believe was Battleborn. Was it Battleborn? It was either Battleborn. Yeah, it was Battleborn. I was going to say Evolve, but that was not. That was Turtle Rock Studios. It was Battleborn, which came out at this almost at the same time as Overwatch, and Overwatch just buried that game into oblivion. And I think Todd Howard is still salty about that. But Todd Howard, what's that guy's? Battleborn. Is it Todd Howard? That dude from Take-Two Interactive?
Hi, I'm
Isn't
back, by
Todd
the way.
Howard the guy from
I'm back.
Bethesda?
Todd
Thanks.
Howard. No, not Todd Howard.
Todd Howard? What are we talking about?
We're talking about I'm trying to remember the guy who runs Take-Two Interactive, who does the Borderland games.
Uh,
Hold on, I'm
I don't know, but Google does.
Google really does.
Google appears to be failing me.
Of course, Google would.
I know, right?
What's that dude's name?
I don't care about that.
Border. Hold on. Lance to.
Oh, real quick, Mary, I wanted to tell you the one thing I
Yo.
wanted the most from E3 was
What's
I
that?
mentioned this the other Beautiful Joe remake on the Switch.
Ooh, that would be interesting. I'd like to see that.
What's that fucker's name? Good lord.
Hmm.
Okay, it wasn't Take-Two. It was 2K games. Jesus, I'm horrible at fucking.
Oh, you
remember.
are. Because I was like, Take-Two Interactive doesn't have anybody with that name on it.
Well, I said Todd Howard. Randy Pitchford. There you go. Randy fucking Pitchford.
That isn't even close.
Randy Pitchford. Is Randy okay? I can't remember all these people's names. I get confused.
I mean, you know more names than I do, so don't worry about it.
But there is a rumor that there is going to be a new Borderlands
Ooh, I'm totally
announced.
gonna start promoting your streams since we're
So-
doing talk shows.
I
Because
gotta.
of the new Borderlands, there was a rumor of that being announced. I want to say something that I've thought for years.
What's that?
I think Borderlands 2 could have very, very easily been shifted into an MMO.
I mean, it was borderline MMO anyway, because
It's
Right.
it had online co-op.
And then at the end of 2, did it not feel like they were hinting at an MMO?
In a way, yeah. I mean, it already has RPG elements as it is, and
You had that tree, the loot system, the monster classifications.
it's literally
Like,
the Final Fantasy 12 of shooters. It's offline. Well, it's not completely offline, but it's a pretty much a non MMO that's MMO has MMO shit in it.
Do you have to have a license to wipe your butt, like in Final Fantasy 12?
What?
See, Jester got it.
Uh,
No, I'm sorry. Whenever I think of Final Fantasy 12, I think of that really weird, complicated license system where you needed to have a license to do everything, and
I know what you're talking about now, but that's really
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, were you expecting me to say something normal?
No.
You know, this
Yeah.
is like super late into the conversation, but it's been bugging me since we started talking about Smash, and we've left that subject probably like a half an hour ago. at
Well,
this
that's
point.
okay. What's up?
Oh, I vaguely remember talking to my roommates, and they're like, "Yeah, the big plan for most of the characters, Smash, the new ones, the any DLC ones, they're all going to be guest characters. They're going to
Oh,
be really big
really?
on guest characters. They plan on bringing back the guest characters, a good portion of them, and then releasing a whole bunch of new guest characters.
I was gonna say as long as I can play as Corin, I'll be fine.
Well,
I
I
could not
make the
hear a word
joke
he
with
said.
you know who that the Cloud's going to be back, and they'll be sitting there spouting that same title line I always spout. He's like,
So it's going to be like a cash grab for the characters.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
whatever.
know. Like I said, it's a rumor. I do know that
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
supposed
like
to be
that
coming
makes
up.
sense. It's annoying, but again, it makes sense.
That really goes against Nintendo's normal business policy, though.
What,
Does it
Smash?
though?
Yeah, I mean, usually they don't like putting too much in the DLCs. They like making most of the base game available.
I
Powered by Dr. Pepper.
The base
Pro
game would
players of
still
Team
the
Soul
base
Mid
game will still be available, but for people that wanted certain characters, but they wanted to add new characters, so they took them off the roster. Like, let's say, whatever reason, they took like the Squid Kid has pretty much been confirmed that's going there, right? Let's say
yeah.
they took off Bowser Jr. For whatever reason, someone wanted to play Bowser Jr. Shell out the money to get Bowser Jr. back.
Now I could see not individual characters, but like packs of characters, kind of like what the latest Marvel vs. Capcom did.
I was like, but the problem is right now is you can buy the characters individually, or you can get the packs, and the packs are like almost expensive as the game itself.
Yeah.
I have some more rumors here I found.
Okay, what's up?
We have a rumored port of the Wonderful 101. I just mentioned that earlier from
Mhm.
Platinum Games for the Nintendo Switch. We also have here's another Animal Crossing rumor here.
Yeah.
Persona 5 for the Nintendo Switch is
I
also
mean,
rumored.
that
get
would be
behind
really
that.
cool.
Because
I
I've
mean,
already spent
God.
well over $100 on the extra for that game for no other purpose than to have it all.
Is this E3 we're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about E E3.
Yeah, we're talking about E3 predictions, rumors, and all that good
N-
stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting big things from Switch. I mean, like I feel like a lot of people were kind of on the fence, last year with like, oh, is the Switch going to be good? Is there going to be anything good? And now people are like, wow, yeah, actually, the Switch is good. It's got it's got great hardware and everything. It's even, the games that are coming out for it are pretty good. I mean, I've only really I've only really played like one game that wasn't that and then there was also the idea of there are definitely some games from the Switch that you need to have it in handheld. Like if you play it docked, it's just weird. So, but I think that this is going to probably be a big year for the Switch as well. Like, there's
Last
going to be
year,
some good
people were
announcements.
foaming at the mouths to get their hands on the Switch. I mean, like, the
Were
Switch hit
they?
the ground running, and it has not.
Well, I feel like at first people were like, is it gonna be good? Is it not gonna be good? Is this gonna be another Wii U? At least I was. I mean, maybe this is just a generational sort of thing, but people my age were looking at it going, I don't know. But then once I actually saw one, then I was like, okay, this is really cool. I need one.
I feel like there's some like confusion.
Ooh, Hippo, you're starting to break up a bit.
How about now?
There, you're much
Better?
better now. Yeah.
Okay. I do think there was some confusion when people like first heard about it, but like the second we saw anything of any real merit, like we saw any like decent content on it,
Yeah.
the people were crazy about the Switch going through. I mean, it sold out instantly, and it was sold out for months.
Yeah.
Like, I know a guy who went 3 states over in a car ride to pick up.
There you go again. We're breaking
yeah,
up.
you're breaking up again. Well, I mean, all right, I agree. Maybe there's also a bit, okay, fans, yeah, they've gotten on board, but I think also developers might have been hesitant to get on board at first. At least that's what I'm thinking, because just from now, all of a sudden people are like, yeah, we're gonna port this to the Switch, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, they're really gaining momentum far as
Yeah, I think they were waiting and seeing what happened.
Yeah, they're really gaining
yeah.
momentum from their third parties, which they didn't have with the Wii U and
Mhm.
and to a lesser extent the Wii. But now I think Nintendo is embracing third parties more than ever, and the third parties are embracing Nintendo more than ever. And
Oh yeah.
it's and they're having hit after hit after hit. I mean, they're having Octopath Traveler, which is a unheard of to me and nowadays for Square
Mhm.
Enix to put out
Oh.
a exclusive
Yeah.
for anything.
Interesting.
I can't wait for that game. That
Um,
game's gonna be so
and
good.
I'm reading here
Yeah.
that there's also rumors that Shin Megami Tensei 5 will be announced at E3.
Ooh.
That
Like
would
officially like a proper release date.
Atlas is going to be E3, and what else do they have? Like this is literally the thoughts of people on the internet. Okay, Atlas is going to be at E3. What else are they going to announce?
Yeah, that's true. What else do they have? What
Other,
do they even do?
other than Persona 5 the Switch would be just a waste of time. They can just
I
let
was like, I
Nintendo
don't
do
know.
that.
They could do another Devil Survivor for the Switch.
I wanted
I
to
could get
say
behind
one
Devil
last
Survivor
thing on the
3.
Switch, if I
What's
could.
up?
For a
Oh
second.
yeah, go right
I
ahead.
think 2 things that the Switch did right. If you look at the Wii U, do you know why the Wii U failed so hard? It wasn't the console. It wasn't anything. It was their lack of advertisement. That thing came out and people had no idea. I, for like a while, thought the Wii U was an extension that you could get for your Wii. Like the
That's
Wii,
Yeah.
like just dropped the ball hard on. But then you see that Switch advertisement, and oh my god, you hear that like
Oh.
commercials come on, and you hear the sound of the controllers.
Oh, he's breaking up.
Oh, he's breaking up, but he does have an excellent point. I agree for the most part. I know me personally, when I heard about the Wii U, I was like, why do I need that? I already have a Wii. Like, I thought it was like Hippo was saying, like an add-on to the Wii. And I was like, I'm not gonna spend that much money on that. And then finding out that, oh wait, it was just a new system. I was like, well, why is it Wii U? What is this even happening? So I think it was probably like a marketing failure, and then also they probably just should have named it something different.
They shouldn't have named it a Wii.
Yes, they shouldn't have put Wii in there because unless you're doing something like the DS, the 3DS, okay, well now you're looking at, okay, we know that that's the handheld, so now it's an upgraded handheld. Just calling it the Wii U that was just a bad move on theirs. Well, I mean, they're making up for it with the Switch though.
Oh, they're knocking it out of the
Yeah.
park with the Switch.
Yeah, that's just printing money for them.
That is literally
Oh,
the
goodness.
new age. That's literally their new Nintendo DS.
I was like, I know
yeah.
Square Enix is releasing Kingdom Hearts 3, but they also have Shadow of Tomb Raider, The Avengers, and Just Cause 4 as
They
well.
do.
Oh,
That's
that's right,
right.
the
Shadow
Avengers
of the
product.
Tomb Raider is coming out. That's
last Tomb
end of
Raider-
August?
The last Tomb Raider was actually pretty fun, even though it was a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that one could get people excited if they're not into Kingdom Hearts.
Ooh, that's
because,
true. Go ahead, you. I'm sorry.
I forgot what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But that's right. I completely forgot about that Avengers game that Square Enix is doing.
Speaking of that, I was talking to Mr. J last night
Mm-hmm.
before he went into work,
Powered by Dr. Pepper.
and we were
the
talking
pro
about it.
players
And
of Team
apparently, there's
Solid
rumors that it's going to
come.
be a complete remake of the Ultimate Alliance game, the first one.
Really?
A
That-
complete remake.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty awesome. I would be really, really excited about that.
All right, Okay, I need to ask who here is
Mhm.
excited about more Death Stranding confusion.
I am super excited about the Death Stranding.
Oh man, I can't wait for
Oh,
Kojima, please. Kojima, please.
Please.
Apparently, Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee will actually be playable at E3 in Las Vegas.
Oh,
Nice.
that is cool. They've also, to go back slightly to Kingdom Hearts because that's what's on my mind. Kingdom Hearts 3 has been officially confirmed to be playable on the floor of E3. It's going to be the same demo version that the press got to play a couple weeks ago.
That's fine.
I know. I'm so
just have one-
jealous.
I just have one question, Mary.
What's up?
Why aren't we in Vegas right now?
I don't understand. I don't know.
Stairship
I
is a
feel like
few
this
hours
is a
away.
severe oversight, and someone should be fired.
Glenn,
All right,
I
so-
mean, money is also an issue, and having the ability to actually get in E3 is also an issue.
Yeah, that's true. It's so tough to get tickets.
I'm reading right here. We have some more speculation. Bloodborne 2. Anybody?
I
I can
mean,
get behind.
yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm not as excited. I'm personally, I mean, there's, I don't know if you've seen that supposed leak of the Sony's like announcement schedule for E3, but apparently there's going to be a Metal Gear remake.
I'm scared.
That I could get on board with.
I'm scared.
Um,
I'm scared because Konami is Konami, and Konami is the worst.
I know, but it would be. Come on, if
Three
it
words.
was just a straight remake.
3 words.
What?
Metal Gear Survive.
This
3
would be
other
something.
words.
Yeah.
Pay for saves.
Pay for saves.
Yeah.
$10. I'm not making this up. $10 to buy a extra save slot.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
This is Konami we're talking about. I don't
I
trust
know.
Konami. They fuck Castlevania, they fuck Metal Gear, and they're just fucking everyone's childhood with the biggest
I know.
dragon dildo they can find.
Pretty much.
I mean,
I
it's
know,
horrible.
but a girl can hope.
I
A girl
mean,
can hope.
Maybe they'll do the right thing. I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting it at all.
Though also in listed on that is a Resident Evil 2 remake.
I don't trust it.
Again?
Actually, it's Capcom. I trust Capcom
Yeah.
to do the right thing.
I mean, Capcom.
Capcom, they've done some
Capcom's iffy.
they've done some sleazy shit before.
Yeah.
They've done some sleazy crap before. Stop playing videos. Thank you. They've done some sleazy shit before. But all that aside, I think they've learned from their mistakes, and they're
Mhm.
finally deciding to give people what they want. I mean, they already announced the new Mega Man game. After Mighty Number Nine pretty much just fizzled out, took everyone's money, and just ran. And then Capcom is like, "Yo, hold my beer, watch this." And they're like, "Boom, new Mega Man game. Boom, we're remastering all these Mega Man games, putting them on every console you can think of, PC." So lately, Capcom has been doing better. They're not being as greedy, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's that what was I gonna say? There's also they're doing the port for Okami to the Switch.
True.
Yeah, that's Capcom.
I still want Beautiful Joe, by the way. Beautiful Joe.
I agree. Yeah, Hippo was talking about Beautiful Joe earlier.
I think we all were talking about Beautiful Joe earlier. We were like,
Yeah.
please.
That would be really cool.
All right, I got some more
Actually-
rumors here. I mean, probably no one here gives a shit because no one here has an Xbox.
No.
Halo
not
6 shrugging.
Wait, Jester, you have an Xbox?
I have access to an Xbox.
Oh.
Okay, well, Jester, Halo 6 shrug.
Listen, I know how bad Halo 5 is. I was like, I'm not doing this. Nope. If I need to play Halo 5, Halo 6 better sell me really good.
Yeah.
Because they took out what was most memorable for me playing Halo, which is the couch co-op, fucking around with your friends, and they just like ripped that out, threw it out the window.
And there's also a rumor that Perfect Dark 2. I don't know if anyone likes Perfect Dark. Is being developed by Rareware because they're owned by Microsoft and it's going to be on the Xbox. So that's also another thing. So I mean, anytime I talk about Xbox, it's always like,
Eh.
And then we talk about Nintendo
Apparently-
Switch. We're getting all hyped and shit. We're talking about, oh fuck
Oh, yeah.
this,
Fuck
this.
yeah, PlayStation.
PS4, this.
Well,
Xbox,
I figure if that list that's going around the internet is if half of that is true, I mean Microsoft just might as well cancel. Just don't even show up. Just stay home.
Microsoft is. I'm okay. I'm gonna say this. It's probably not 100% accurate.
Mm.
They've lost the console war against PlayStation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you think so?
Their
I
product
think they both
is.
lost against the Switch.
They lost against the Switch too. You know why?
Yeah, I
Because
think that's
Xbox's
kinda-
product is vastly inferior to either the Switch or the PlayStation. The
Well-
PlayStation has the library of games.
yeah.
It has
so
to.
the-
It's, yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
let me finish real quick.
I'm sorry.
Because oh, you're fine. I just want to get everything off my chest while it's in my head.
Yeah.
They have the exclusives that people want to play. God of War,
Mhm.
Last of Us, Beyond. I was gonna say Beyond Two Souls, but that no one wants to play that. But they have the exclusive people want to play. They also have all the other third-party games that are also on Xbox. And the Switch is more of a gimmicky thing. It's more versatile, far as you can play it at home, you can play it in the car, you can play it at the beach, whatever. And and they're getting that third party support rolling in on top of that. So I don't see Microsoft being a big player in the next generation because I mean, they started off this past console generation to the point they lost the trust of pretty much everyone because they were like, oh well, yeah, this we're going to have, you know, all this DRM and oh you borrow that from your friend $10 to play it, you know. They were trying to do that shit
Hmm.
at the beginning of the console cycle, and PlayStation's just sitting there like, thanks for selling more of our consoles, thanks.
Pretty much. I agree with you mostly. I mean, really, the only thing hardware wise that the Xbox has over the PS4 Pro is that it can play the 4K Blu-rays. Which that's like the only thing. And I really wish that the PS4 Pro could, because especially me having the 4K TV, it would be really freaking nice if it would just fucking play Blu-rays. But it doesn't. So I just, download movies purely legally through very legal channels, and I pay for them 100%. Yes. Anyway, but the console war really with Sony and Xbox really reminds me of, harkening back to what, like 1996, I believe it was, when Sega was the one that was starting to lose the war, because they had the 32X, that they were like, oh, you can add this onto your Genesis
And
and
look,
everything. And then they announced the Sega Saturn, and they're like, oh, this is gonna be great, CD based gaming. Like, the guy stood up at E3 and he gives this long speech about how this is going to be great and it's $399 and blah blah blah, and he gets off the stage, and then the Sony guy goes up and he had this whole big speech planned, and
oh
he
yeah,
just takes the mic and he goes
$2.99.
$2.99 and just like leaves the stage.
Later,
Like,
bitch.
that's the kind of shit that Sony pulls. Like, when you were talking about the whole it costs $10 to like loan a game out to your friend, Sony came out with a commercial. It was like how to loan your PS4 games to your friend, and it was literally just a person taking a game and handing it to a
To
friend.
him. I remember that. That was so funny. And
like that's the kind of thing where it's like, you can't do this sort of thing in this market, in this genre of people. Like, you're gonna get trolled. It's gonna happen. You've got to be smarter about how you're going to market your product.
I mean,
And
yeah,
Microsoft just dropped the ball. Like you said, they
they
dropped
they lost all trust with. Well, I almost say all trust. The
yeah.
majority of gamers don't
Hmm.
trust them anymore
Yeah.
because they were willing to do that bullshit DRM. You can't borrow games. You can't trade in games once you install it on your hard drive. That this is pretty much just garbage.
Hmm.
They they lost all trust with gamers,
Yeah.
and PS Sony saw that, and they were
Mhm.
like, "How can we capitalize on this?" And
Oh,
what
absolutely.
they did was brilliant, in my opinion.
Oh.
They
Hmm.
took all the points, and they were all sore points for Microsoft, and they hit them with it hurt. And now they have the market majority of in consoles right now. They are
Hmm.
the majority. There is more
Yeah,
PlayStation 4s than are Xboxes in people's houses.
there are.
And if and now they're just floundering. They're not really having any exciting exclusive games.
Hmm.
PlayStation is just boom, boom, boom. God of War, like I said, God of War. Just all the good exclusive games that PlayStation has. You can't.
Yeah.
They can't rebound from this. And
Well,
then when it's
oh.
time for the next Xbox and the next
Hmm.
PlayStation, people are going to buy the next PlayStation. They,
They are. They are.
I mean, there might be some people who go Xbox because they're like an
Hmm.
Xbox loyalist or whatever, and that sounds really stupid to say that and those words together. But when it comes down to it, PlayStation is going to win out in the end. PlayStation is the modern day Nintendo, and Xbox is the Sega of the modern day. And
Oh,
then Nintendo is Nintendo, I guess. They're still hanging around, and they're still doing their thing, and that's what we love Nintendo for. So
yeah. I mean, could Microsoft rebound? I think if they played it smart, there's a possibility. If they could somehow figure out how to entice developers to really get that, to really build up their library, because they have an interesting thing going with that whole play it anywhere sort of thing, where it's if you have it for Xbox, you can play it on the computer without having
yeah,
to buy a separate version. That's a really cool feature. So, I mean, if they could figure out how to do more of this like Windows 10 integration with the games, with their library, I think they could probably get some more people, but like you said, they've got to entice gamers with more of a library. It's just they got to make it more fun. They've got the hardware advantage. They actually do. The Xbox One is more just hardware, more of a powerhouse than the PS4 Pro. So they
Um,
could do it.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Microsoft is also competing with the PC console much
They
more than PS4 is?
they shouldn't. And like I said, since they have this newer, I know I read it. Do the play it anywhere. I don't know if it's out yet, but they're going to make it so that if you have an Xbox game, you can play it on the PC, and you don't have to pay any extra money. So like like you could play it, and then I don't know if you have a laptop or something, you could bring it to a friend's house, you could play it there. I guess that's how it would work. Uh, but like I feel like that has a lot of potential. I feel like they're not doing it well enough. Maybe if they did something kind of like a Steam and had it so that you could, maybe like, kind of like what's Nintendo's doing with these third party, like go more into like the indie developers. Reach out to them and be like, "Hey, we want you to make games for our system." And really work with that. I think they could probably expand their library a lot better.
see, the problem with that is they have to fix Windows 10 first.
True story. Yeah.
Because Windows 10 is
Um,
garbage. I don't know if you, I mean, you play on PC. I play on PC. I don't know.
I mean,
Windows
I
10
everybody uses it.
is a hit or miss half the time,
Yeah.
and I'm surprised I can even run 14 on it. But
Yeah.
the thing with Microsoft is, and they can create their own online platform all they want, but so does EA have one. EA has one,
Mhm.
and Ubisoft has one,
Yeah.
and there's GOG, and there's so many
Mhm.
other. We have a million of these already.
Yeah.
The best thing, and this will probably never happen because I know Gabe Newell. He used to work for Microsoft. He doesn't want to go back or
Mhm.
even think of having partnership with Microsoft. But if Microsoft wants to have a leg up on the PlayStation 4, they are going to have to some way figure out how to partner with Steam, Valve. They're going to have to figure
Yeah.
out a way to tap
Mhm.
into that library of games that
Yeah.
Valve has on the PC. And then in some way, I mean, they could probably, and I'm saying this, they could probably do this.
Mhm.
They could probably get find some way to do this to make it where you can play your games from Steam on your Xbox.
That would be
I
pretty
don't know.
cool.
Because they did discontinue the Steam machines. Steam machines are gone. They're not
Mhm.
promoting them anymore. The Steam controller is still floating around. You can still buy those. But as far as the Steam machines, no, they did
Because a
not
Steam
sell
machine
well.
basically has to be a computer.
Pretty much. Um, it would take the next generation of Xbox to do this. If they
Yeah.
wanted to do anything cross-platform with PC and Xbox, and I really think that would be the Xbox's biggest advantage of the PS4 is they already got this idea they want to make Xbox games playable on Windows 10. That's fine.
Mhm.
But there is a bigger library of games on PC that could run on the Xbox through Steam.
Mhm.
And my opinion is if Xbox wants to see the next generation in any sort of way, um, they're going to have to literally make their next Xbox compatible. And like you said earlier, they're doing a crossplay like with the Xbox and the PC. They would
Mhm.
literally have to make their next Xbox PC compatible 100%. To the point
didn't
where
they
you
get
can play certain PC games on the Xbox. I'm just saying this would be like an idea,
It would be an
because
idea.
the
That'd be
Xbox
interesting.
doesn't have anything else going for it other
Yeah.
than the Blu-ray thing, and that's a really niche thing. That's
Yeah.
very niche because it's a gaming console. It's not a Blu-ray player. I mean, it's nice it can play Blu-rays, but its main function is to play video games. That's why you
Mhm.
bought it to begin with, and if its library of games is garbage, you're not going to buy that console. You're going to buy the better console, the one with a bigger library. And people don't
Mhm.
really care about power far as consoles go. You buy a console to play games on it. If you want power, build a PC, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't the PS4 say they weren't making any more consoles for a while?
They don't
It's like-
plan on making theirs for another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, they said the
Yeah.
PS5's like four years off at most.
Yeah. I mean, the
It's like-
PS4 Pro like just came out.
It came out a couple years, well, like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's been
Been
around a
that
while.
long? Oh God, where'd the time go?
Get old and you age, and
I don't want to talk
and
about
I'm
it.
still
PS4
playing my Nintendo 64. Oh, speaking of Nintendo 64, there's
Yeah.
also that rumor that the Nintendo 64 Classic will also be announced at E3. Uh, so
So a whole new generation of kids can get pissed off at GoldenEye.
un,
So a whole new generation of kids can play Pokemon Puzzle.
I was going to say
Friendships can be ruined.
a whole new generation of scalpers are going to piss everyone off when they buy 50 of them off Amazon because they didn't know they had to buy them at 3 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah, that'll happen too.
So you said GoldenEye. That's
Mhm.
obviously going to be one that's going to be on
Oh,
there.
obviously.
What other games would you like to see on that that system, other than the obvious Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, Kirby,
I like how you're
Pokemon
listing all
Snap.
of the
Mario Party
games.
game.
Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap was
I honestly hope to see 1080 snowboarding, and that's just personal pick.
Mm.
Killer Instinct, the original Killer Instinct. Well, not the original, but the 64 version was really good. Star Fox 64, obviously. Anyone else got anything they want to add to that?
Mario Party 2.
Mario Party 2, that's the best one. Everyone knows that.
Mhm.
It is.
Be nice.
Smash, of course, the original Smash.
The original 64 Smash, where
The
best
original
character model
Smash.
was Kirby, because he was practically a circle.
Yeah, GoldenEye definitely. I hope it would be on
The Ocarina of Time.
there. Ocarina of Time,
Ocarina of
Majora's
Time and
Mask.
Majora's Mask.
Mhm.
Of course, those have to be on there. I mean, those two huge
Yeah.
games.
Probably Paper Mario too.
Yeah. Mario
Yes.
RPG.
That's on the SNES
Yeah.
classic that I have right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Super Mario RPG is Super Nintendo, not N64.
Yeah, Paper Mario is the Super Mario RPG of Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. Like I'm trying to remember any other
Perfect
games.
Dark.
Perfect Dark. Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
But the thing with Perfect Dark, GoldenEye 007, I'm pretty sure Microsoft has the rights to those, so they would.
Do they?
Well, they own Rareware, so I mean, I would say Banjo Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, but
Rareware.
So what you're
Rareware.
saying is we have to hope for the instant death of Microsoft.
Yeah, they would have to die really quick. They would have to die a quick death.
Someone go give Microsoft some cyanide.
And I'm saying that, and it's because they Rareware. They own Rareware.
Rareware.
They own. Let's just call them Rare.
Rare.
But that's like Donkey Kong Country was on the SNES Classic, but the only reason that happened was because Nintendo owned the characters, so they owned the game.
Oh,
But far as other original games that Rare did, like Killer Instinct, Banjo Kazooie, Cards But Fur Day, Perfect Dark, GoldenEye 007, all those
hmm
either are owned by Microsoft or they're owned by whoever holds the license for like 007.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
but it would be backed by Rare is owned by Microsoft, and they can't get those games onto their console because Rare Microsoft is a bunch of jerk asses and doesn't want us to be happy.
Oh, also, Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows
Oh,
of the
that's
Empire. Star Wars Pod Racer. Was that on
yeah.
there? Yeah.
No, it was Star Wars. Well, yeah, there was a pod racing part, but I think no,
Oh,
no,
I'm
you're
trying to
thinking of a different
remember.
game. Shadows of the Empire was the one, like a rando. You were in. It's like the Battle of Hoth.
Oh, I don't think I played that one.
You just kind of you fight alongside, like Han and Luke and everybody.
Yeah. I would.
But it's really fun.
Diddy Kong Racing would be a good one. Pokemon Stadium, the original Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Snap. I already said that. I'm trying to remember
I
some
still
more.
think Pokemon Puzzle. That was a
so
lot of fun.
I know we're talking about E3, but I want to just mention real quick.
What's up?
Cyanide and Happiness is my favorite. I mentioned Cyanide earlier, and it made me remember this. They're my favorite channel, and I'm so mad that they're not able to post new shit anymore because YouTube refuses to monetize anything that has like dirty humor in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
YouTube is literally clenching their buttholes right now, and anything you say, like if you have a video and I'm like doing, I don't know, God Kafka, and I was just uploading bloopers or some bullshit, and I say
Mhm.
fuck, they instantly demonetize it and they block it in certain countries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're getting.
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess that's why a lot of content creators are going over to Patreon.
yeah. So like that was the first time I put money in any Patreon was for the Cyanide and Happiness one because
Mhm.
like all their crap skits have dicks and butts in them, and if you have a dick or a butt in your thing, you can't get
Yeah.
money anymore.
Now, what if you keep your dick and your butt covered? Like if you're just standing there. Technically, their video does have a dick and a butt in it.
Oh.
One of their videos, they literally served a guy a plate full of dicks. I
Oh,
mean,
well, I mean that's different.
they're
But I
not
mean, like, what's
giving
the
away.
line?
Apparently, serving someone a plate full of dicks.
Did you say? What was the name of that game
Huh?
the Star Wars game you were talking about?
Oh, the oh fuck. Why can I suddenly like not think of it?
Oh, because I was thinking Rogue
Um,
Squadron because I did play that one.
though I mean there is the Pod Racer for N64, but this is another one. This is Shadows of the Empire. That's what it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I never played that one.
yeah, it's really fun if you ever get a chance to. It's really good.
Um,
There's also Bomberman 64, which should be on there.
Bomberman
Yeah, I did watch
64 would be
Bomberman.
good. Mario Kart 64, please. Uh, 1080,
Who
1080,
even made a
1080s.
Mario Party
I
Switch?
never played 1080 snowboarding though. Is it good?
Yeah, it was a product of its time. It
Mm-hmm.
like when it was literally the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 of the Nintendo 64. Like you had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on PlayStation 1. Then you had 1080 snowboarding because Tony Hawk was, obviously it was exclusive to the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And but it it has its own charm to it. The soundtrack's really catchy. It's a game you have to play and to enjoy,
Mhm.
and you have to have in the back of your mind that this game is also a product of its time.
Okay.
So it's one of them games. Um, Resident Evil 2 was another game I could think of because I originally played Resident Evil 2 on the N64, and
That'd be cool.
I
Yeah.
played it on the PlayStation.
That's cool.
You know, trying to think of some more games, but I can't really think of anything else.
I didn't have an N64, so it's kind of hard for me to remember them all.
You probably had a Dreamcast, didn't you?
I did have a Dreamcast.
I did too. But I didn't
Too
You know what
busy
I
really.
playing.
want
I was too
on the
busy playing
N64?
Power Stone.
Power Stone, hell yeah, and freaking Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh
Okay.
fuck yeah!
I want the N64 Gauntlet game,
The
but that
what?
won't happen. The N64 Gauntlet game.
That would be good. I forgot that was on N64. Is that the original Gauntlet?
No, the one where they first brought in the 3D models. And
Oh, is that Gauntlet Legends?
think so.
I
no, it
used
was-
to play the hell out of that in the
prequel to Dark
arcade.
Legacy.
I got Gauntlet on my PC, I think.
I used to play that. I used to play Gauntlet Legends all the time in the arcade.
Okay, I'm just going to say this one, but it's another rare game, Jet Force Gemini. Right.
Ooh, that would be good.
But it's a rare
Now,
game.
it is. Now, would the N64 Mini, would that have built-in rumble? I'm assuming it would just have vibrating
They'll
controllers.
just have, vibrate. I mean, they got vibrate for your phone, so I'm pretty sure it would just be built in. You wouldn't have a rumble pack or nothing like that. I wouldn't imagine.
It'd be kind of fun though, just to, like nostalgic to just clip it on, like a little mini rumble pack. Maybe they can actually make a controller that makes sense, that you don't have to have 3 hands to
Yeah.
hold.
Oh, I found the name of the game.
Hold up.
Okay, I found the name of it.
What's
The
up?
game that I was thinking of was Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Yeah, Star Wars. I told you
Yeah.
there was a pod racer.
I had to remember the exact name of it because I was looking it up and
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't remember.
actually. I mean, I hated episode 1, but that game was pretty cool. That was the one that you played in the arcade, and you actually sat in a pod racer. That was amazing.
That was really cool.
That was some badass stuff.
Growing
going
up,
on.
that was like, blowing my mind, going to Taco Bell, getting those fucking cups, and then going to go arcade. Man, that was my shit.
Yeah, I was really good at it. I was also, like I said, really good at Legend, and I would be like the only person. And I also kicked major ass in Soul Calibur 2.
I am a okay Soul Calibur 2 player. That's because I grew up with it since they ported it onto consoles.
What was that?
So I grew up with Soul Calibur since they started porting Soul Calibur onto the consoles.
Oh yeah.
So it's the same thing with Tekken. Like I'm not good enough to compete, but I'm good enough to put my friends to shame consistently.
See, you need to come over sometime, Jester, and we'll play Soul Calibur 2.
And you'll probably kick my ass because
I
I'm a
probably
big fish
won't
in a
because
small
I
pond.
have not played it in so long.
We can play Guilty Gear X Hard.
Oh god, I'll be so terrible at it, but I'll be just scream laughing though.
I'll kick all your asses with freaking Faust for no reason because his moveset.
Because he's a dick.
Because his moveset's confusing as shit, and you don't know where he's coming from.
He could just like reach across the screen for no reason.
He could just like reach across the screen and combo your ass.
You're like, wait, you're on that side of the screen. How did you hit me in the back? Oh, Faust.
Okay,
He does make no sense.
I can't remember any other games unless y'all can.
Me neither. Again, wasn't South Park game for N64? Wasn't the first South Park game?
There was.
Oh yeah, what was that called?
It's probably not going to be in the mini though.
Snowballs at people.
Yeah.
Was it Wasn't this? No, I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Hold on.
Wanted to say Stick of Truth, but I don't think it's the Stick of Truth.
No, that's the
The
no.
Stick of
That's
Truth is
the
the
one.
new one.
Second, yeah, that's
That's the one with was it Bethesda who did that.
I think so. Bethesda's gonna be at E3.
Yeah, I was talking to them earlier about
I think it was just
Since
Fallout
South Park.
we're
64.
talking about E3 again, there was something you mentioned once, Stratus, that's kind of been in there, rattling around in my head. Once again, because Mr. J talks about it. That Bloodborne 2 thing. Is it confirmed to be Bloodborne 2?
Did you see the teaser at the Video Game Awards last year?
Yeah, the Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Apparently,
that's Bloodborne, ain't it?
no, it's not. It's a new IP, is what I was
You think it's a brand new
being
IP?
told. It's a new IP. From what it sounds like, it's gonna take Bloodborne elements and well, it's gonna be more of a horror, grotesque game than Bloodborne.
Mary.
Like it's gonna be a mix of what Bloodborne was and like hardcore scary Japan.
Mega Man 64.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. That would be cool.
And the
That has-
the South Park game was just called South Park.
Oh, it was just called South Park. Got it.
Yeah. And Superman 64 for the loss.
No.
Oh,
no.
God.
No.
Yeah,
No.
do it. I'd buy it.
No. That's like if he told me that that SNES Classic was gonna have ET. I'd be like, I'd want to get it specifically because how rare the game is, but I'd probably blow my brains out for owning it.
Oh hey, we have
E.T.
oh hey, we have this miniature in 64. It has Superman 64 and Quest 64 on it. Urgh. It's like the two worst games I could think of. Good lord.
They just say, "Here, give us $5 and we'll punch you in the dick." I'll be like, "I don't
No.
want to get punched in the dick, but I'm curious."
But you have me intrigued.
You have me super intrigued.
You said stomach, I
Color
would have bought it.
anything.
Yeah, I can't find any other N64 games that would be
I can't think of any.
I think we pretty much just named every single one of them.
Probably. That's probably all of them that they're gonna be there.
And
You know
half
that
of them are
there.
rare games.
Yeah, there was apparently a Genesis mini that's gonna be coming out at some point, but I think it's by a poop developer.
It's I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's actually I saw something about it.
Yeah, and I just
And
remember
it's not
cringing
being
when I saw who
it's
was.
it's not being produced by Sega. It's being
No,
licensed by Sega.
It's like, yeah, but it's like just remember when I saw who was actually developing it that I just like I was like, just kill me now. Just why? Why do you even bother, Sega? Stop.
trying to remember the name. Oh, At Games. Those people are horrible.
Oh yes, see, it's Ad Games. I knew it. I knew
At
I had blocked it
Games.
out of my mind for a reason.
At Games emulators are the fucking worst.
It's gonna be so awful. I'm like, why, Sega? You could have done it. You could have just done it yourself.
They should just pay
It would have been
Nintendo to
better
do it.
for it.
They should just pay
Yeah.
Nintendo to do it. Like whoever you use for whoever makes these Nintendo minis and shit,
Yeah.
make us a
Make a
Sega mini.
Genesis.
We'll cut
Yeah.
you. We'll
Everyone should just pay Nintendo to do it.
just pay Nintendo to do it.
I would be alright with it.
I
I would
mean,
love to have a Genesis mini.
there and the reason I know about this is because I actually was watching some videos comparing the sound quality and the emulation, and it's so bad. It sounds
It's
like shit.
yeah.
It's like someone took a fucking can, built a Sega Genesis into it, and then used fucking I don't know, fucking Tiger wristwatch games, fucking speakers for the sound. I had to think of the worst possible thing, and that was the worst possible thing.
Oh man.
I had to go back that far. Start talking about Tiger handheld games with two D batteries. I mean, two A
Hey.
batteries.
Hey, don't knock those Tiger games. That shit was hard.
Yeah, it was hard to look at.
It was
I had
it was
to
difficult.
listen. I had the Chippendales Rescue Rangers one. Okay,
Yo, no,
that
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I had the Jurassic Park one.
that game was hard as fuck. I had that one, and listen,
I had the Jurassic Park one, and I had the 101 Dalmatians. I don't want to hear about hard.
and you want to hear something else? And this
What?
is actual story that happened.
What's up?
I told my dad. I just I'm a Nintendo kid. I grew up with
Mhm.
Nintendo. I know you grew up with Sega.
Yeah.
Um, when I was a kid, I was jealous of all my friends who had Sonic the Hedgehog. I wanted
Mhm.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So I told my dad. He asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I was like, okay, I
Oh
want,
no.
I
Oh no, I know
want,
where this is going.
I, I want a Sega Genesis and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Uh-huh.
He's like, okay, I'll see what Santa Claus can do.
Yeah.
And I wake up Christmas morning, all excited. I'm gonna play Sonic the Hedgehog. Hell yeah! I get to under the tree and there's a small box, and I'm like, oh no. Well, I wasn't thinking this, but today me's thinking, oh no. I open it up, and it's a Tiger handheld fucking Sonic the Hedgehog game. I cried like a baby. I was like, what the what the hell is this? And he's like, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. I was like, but I wanted the one on Sega Genesis, and he's like, that was too expensive, so I got you that one, and I just cried. The end. Is everyone like having the moment of silence for Tiny Dratus or the other's connection?
Just a
Hello?
moment of silence for Baby Dratus.
I'm
Moment of
offering you
silence.
a moment.
All right, I'm
So where
disconnecting.
we're gonna
I
go.
am disconnecting from the server right now. Hold on.
Oh no. Okay.
Voice server is. Hold on. There we go. I
Okay.
had a small disconnect, and then I was like, oh,
Oh, no worries.
they're giving me a moment of silence for.
They are. They were upset too. They were like, "Oh,
I
Baby
was
Dratus and his Tiger Electronics handheld Sonic the Hedgehog."
But there was a good
Ugh.
thing that also happened that
What's
day.
that?
Um, my dad bought me Street Fighter 2 Turbo,
Oh.
oh,
and I
Now
was
that is a good
That's-
consolation prize.
that's a fair
I
trade-off.
did not know it I did not know it at the time. Well, he bought it from a pawn shop. He bought it from a pawn shop, and then he bought not only that, but he also bought me Castlevania 4 from the pawn
Nice.
shop.
It's a pretty
Oh
good
my.
haul.
And I got those two games, and then I got the Tiger Electronic thing. I played probably 3 times, and
Yeah.
then and then yeah, I got those two games, and I don't even think I touched that Sonic game, but like
Yeah,
three
no.
times.
No, I had a friend who got one at one point in time and I tried it and I would literally just handed it back to them. I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah, those games are horrible. And then at one time, and then the next year, you're gonna be like, oh, this is hilarious.
All right.
My dad bought him a Sega Genesis. Bought him a Sega Genesis
He bought himself a Genesis.
with Sonic 2 and
Ooh.
Jurassic Park, the Jurassic Park game, the first one,
Oh, damn.
where you play as the Velociraptor,
Hells yeah.
and NBA Jam.
Nice.
And I came home from school every day for like 3 weeks straight. Did not touch my Nintendo until after he got home from work. I
Mm-hmm.
would go in his room, turn on the Genesis. I would play the Genesis until he came home at 6. From 4 to
Yep.
6, I had Genesis time. I would go play Genesis, and then after I got done with Genesis, I would do my homework, and I would play Nintendo until I go to bed.
That's fantastic.
And that's the life of Baby Dratus.
Oh. Baby Mary had it a little bit better because Baby Mary's best friend who lived down the road had a Nintendo. So Mary technically grew up with Sega and Nintendo. She just had a Sega at her house, but she could go and walk down to her friend's house and play Nintendo, which was pretty cool.
And then I also had that Christmas when he got the Sega for himself. He buys everything at pawn shops, right? Like I mean, it
Mhm.
don't matter. It's fine. Like
Yeah.
this games are different nowadays.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
then, cartridge games you could buy for pawn. It didn't matter if it was new or used. It worked.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
That Christmas he bought me Chrono Trigger.
Ooh.
And this is my art. This is me getting in RPGs, by the way.
Mhm.
Chrono Trigger. I don't know why he bought me 3 RPGs, but he did.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better, and I played them anyway, and I was like, hell yeah, that's my shit. Chrono Trigger, Final
Mhm.
Fantasy 3,
Mhm.
Breath of Fire.
Nice.
Well, now, Final
Nice.
Fantasy 3, you mean the proper Final Fantasy 3?
Final
or...
Fantasy 6. It was Final Fantasy
Okay.
3 on NES, SNES.
Yeah.
Us, ignorant Westerners that know any
North
better.
Americans.
Yes.
We thought it was Final Fantasy 3 when it was really Final Fantasy 6, and then when I got a PlayStation and I played Final Fantasy 7, I was like, what happened to 4, 5, and 6?
Where did all of these
Where do they
go?
go?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, are they on the Dreamcast?
So Mary's RPG history would be when she was a wee child, a very small child. We had a Sega Master System, which I'm sure actually some of the youngsters that are in the Discord don't even know what a Sega Master System is.
The Sega
Unfortunately
Master
for you,
System
I
is.
know what it is, and
You know what it is? Have you played it?
I have. And the thing shit the bed when I was like 5.
Ah, I'm so turned on by you, Jester. Anyway, Mary had a Sega Master System, and we had a couple games for it. It was pretty cool. We had the 3D glasses, which was the shit.
Yeah.
And my mom comes home one day. She was actually at like one of those like bargain bin sort of places. Not a pawn shop, but like one of those clearance discount toy places.
Yeah.
And she's like, "So I found this game for the Sega Master System. I don't know. I thought it had a cool box art." And it was Phantasy Star.
Here we go.
And my dad and I want to say I was maybe 4 or 5. And my dad and I sat for months and we played this game. I was in charge of making maps. So basically, if you've played Phantasy Star, there's a lot of first-person dungeon crawling. And I would make the maps on the graph paper. He showed me how like each step that he does should be like a little box so that we could retrace our steps because you fall through floors. And that was my first RPG, and I was hooked. We had such a good time. My mom attributes it to my insomnia because we would be playing, and then all of a sudden she'd be like, "Oh my god, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Why is the baby still up?" And my dad would be like, "Oh, well, we needed to get through this dungeon." And but yeah, that was it. That was my first RPG, and since then we were totally into it. We got Miracle Warriors after that for the Sega Master System. And then shortly after that the Genesis came out. So then we Phantasy Star 2 came out for it, and continued the series. Then we got into the Shining series, so Shining in the Darkness, Shining Force, all of
Yeah,
that.
Story.
You missed baby Mary cutting her teeth on her first RPG at the age of like 4 or 5. It was definitely, I think it was 89, so I think I was 4.
If we want to be technical,
Yeah.
Baby Drass's very first RPG was Zelda 2.
Oh.
Because that was a proper RPG because it had experience points, spells, leveling up, all that shit. So technically, my first RPG was on the NES, and it was Zelda 2.
Nice.
And that game
that's a
kicks
good one.
ass. I don't care what anyone
That game
says.
does kick ass. I agree.
I have a question.
So
What qualifies as a proper RPG for
that
this
is
line of thought?
Ooh, that is a
Pokemon
good
count?
question. What
As
does
we-
qualify? Well, I would say if you have something that has has a clear and defined story where you are assuming a role of a character, hence the role playing. And like Dryden said, has some kind of leveling up system.
Has to have an inventory of some sort.
Has to have, yeah, probably. But I would say that a true role-playing game, you have a clear and defined story and a set path with an end,
Like end goal. Like there's an end game.
an end goal, yeah. And if you want to be technical,
I mean, the original
RPGs are grinding.
the original Legend of Zelda can be called RPG.
Yeah.
Because of its nature.
Yeah.
But I never played the original Zelda. I had Zelda 2 because I picked it out because it was gold.
Okay, so
yeah,
I
it was
have
cool.
a confession to make on this point. The first game
My
I
first
remember
RPG
playing.
was Pokemon.
There you go. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
cool. Hey, that's legit.
That's a lot of people's first RPGs, I think.
So,
Me and
so
my
what was
cousins
yours
got-
then?
The
Pokemon
first game I remember playing was
Mhm.
Gauntlet Legends of my dad when I was 3 years old.
That's awesome.
I love Gauntlet.
And the
Yeah.
only reason I asked that question is because technically it has a level up system as a clear cut goal, a set path you have to take.
Well, it's
yeah.
like
And
a
it has
beat.
an
It's like
inventory
a
system for
Yeah,
key items.
Gauntlet Legends, I would consider. Yeah, I'd consider that an RPG sort of.
I mean,
It's
I was gonna say it has like beat
Yeah.
'em up. I'm talking about the same one or is it a different one?
no. Well, I mean, you have like abilities, and you do level up. And you have a set goal.
So so it's like it's a match of RPG elements with the beat 'em up. I mean that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
That's
say it's like
RPG.
a marriage. Yeah, it's like a marriage of like Streets of Rage, maybe a little bit more in depth.
Final Fight
Like it's-
Final Fight meets Final Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Then that
Um,
was not only my first game I remember playing my first RPG.
That's pretty cool.
You, what was your
And I
first
only remember
RPG?
this because
Yeah.
at the time, and this is a tendency I had until I was like 10 in all the Gauntlet games I played. I
think.
always
I
only
don't
played
know.
the Red Warrior.
I-
Blonde flowing locks and the big axe.
I always
Oh,
played
I'm
the
deaf.
bow chick.
The
Yeah,
bow chick, the Huntress BFG is like one of the best skills. Though,
Yeah.
So
Oh, you played Heretic?
I played bow chick.
Oh, I thought you said
Huntress.
I thought you said Heretic.
No, bow chick.
I'm
You
talking
kn-
about I'm talking about like a PC game from the 90s. Like it's like Hexen or Heretic. They're the same game. They were made pretty much by the people who made Doom and Quake and all that shit.
Cool.
And it's it's a medieval setting and you get weapons and shit and spells. It's not really an RPG. It's a shooter. But it tickled my fancy back in the day.
Yeah. But you, what was your first RPG?
Pokemon.
Pokemon? Awesome.
Mhm.
The first one, the
Silver.
Yellow.
Ah,
yellow.
Yellow
My-
is probably has a
A
soft
lot
spot.
of people, our generation, Pokemon would be the first. I feel first RPG to target the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
That's true. My first silver.
mine was
Mine was
I
yellow.
was
Mine was red.
Red. Yeah, I had red too.
Me and my cousins got into a fist fight over who we
You're breaking up, dude. Oh,
started was.
Charizard.
I think a lot of kids got into fistfights over who the best starter was.
There's a
Venusaur
difference
hands
between
down.
a fight between
I picked
kids and
Charmander
a
because he
legit
turned into a
fist
dragon.
fight.
You know what though? In all honesty,
But he wasn't really a dragon.
Take out
Hey,
all-
now you can be.
I
Leave him be.
I know.
take out all of the other generations, honest to God, or anything you believe in, the best starter Pokemon are from the first generation because they're all really good and they're all lovable.
I actually preferred, except for Chikorita, I actually preferred the second generation.
I love Chikorita. Don't even.
No, Mary, you're wrong. I'm gonna go with you
That's
on this
third
one.
gen.
Fuck Chikorita.
Chikorita's
I
third
love
gen.
Chikorita. Come on.
No, I was gonna
So
say
boring.
the other two were very menacing looking, and then there was just Meganium. It's like, I'm a dinosaur.
It evolved.
Now-
It looked like someone took Chikorita, pulled on its neck until it was like a tall Pokemon.
All right, I will admit I like Cyndaquil because Cyndaquil's like
Cyndaquil
just-
is adorable.
Cyndaquil's amazing.
Meganium looked really derpy to me, and that's why I never chose Meganium. And Crocodile looked
Forget about Gen 3.
and Crocodile
I
scared me, so I was like, nope.
I hated Crocodile, but I was always torn. Every time I started over, I was like, Cyndaquil or Totodile? Cyndaquil or Totodile? Because I liked Relegator and Totodile.
I
Sleeping on my
I'm
best Gen
weird.
3, the best one.
I'll tell you why Venusaur, well, Bulbasaur into Venusaur is the best starter Pokemon in the original games.
it's because he has the most
Because of
balance
its
and
like
best
advantage,
stats.
right?
And this is Baby Dratus
Mhm.
discovering stuff on his own.
Mhm.
I found a glitch in Pokemon Red and Blue where if you use Leech Seed and Toxic on the same target, it would actually the multipliers would bump off each other from Toxic to Leech Seed.
Oh.
Yeah, so you know how Toxic's multiplier goes up per turn.
Mhm.
Well, for some reason there was a glitch where the multiplier also applied to Leech Seed if you use Leech Seed first.
Wow.
So I would use Leech Seed, then Toxic, and then like the third or fourth tick of Toxic would take all their health, and then Leech Seed
Mhm.
would go off right after, and it would just fill my Venusaur's health all the way back up.
Awesome. Venusaur?
That's awesome.
That's
Venusaur was also the best. Look at the typing it has. It beats the first two gyms super easy. It's got advantage on the third gym.
But against Lance, he
Venusaur
gets
bit-
destroyed
Mhm.
because
Oh, it's
Ice
only-
Lance,
Beams.
it has poison.
Well, Lance also has Ice Beams everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it also has a poison type, and if you throw it out against Lance's Dragonite, it'll just keep using agility. Because that was a psychic type move.
Here, and I will actually, let's see. Let me find it.
I mean, if we're talking favorite starters, I think all time my favorite starter is definitely Trico. The Sceptile is my just the coolest to me.
Mine's
I think
Piplup.
That's also
Piplup's
what I
final
call him.
form is like such a badass.
Oh my god, Empoleon is just a fucking beast.
I was like, is that Piplup?
Mhm. I love Piplup.
I actually hated. I liked Piplup, but I hated its other two forms.
Empoleon's freaking beast, though.
Napoleon's
It is a
intimidating.
It just wasn't visually appealing to me because it just looked like a giant triangle to me.
Oh, I didn't care what it looked like. It was my clutch Pokemon. If nothing else worked, I'm like, fuck it. I'm bringing out Beast
I
Mode.
think you use a Greninja sympathizer though.
Mhm.
I hated Greninja.
Look in general, Mary.
Mm.
This is from Bulbapedia, and
Oh
Oh,
wow.
dang.
and here's
Bulbapedia, that's the term I haven't heard in a while.
yeah, I use Bulbapedia. And here is a video of the actual glitch. Someone using it in a battle against Link Cable battle.
Mm-hmm.
That Chansey gets fucked. Because that Venusaur is indestructible. That Venusaur is like, yo, bitch, I'm gonna put your ass down. And that's the only reason why I like Venusaur, other than it looked more visual appealing than the other two final evolutions. Like, I'm like, oh, Rar, Fire Dragon. Now, I like turtles, don't get me wrong, but Blastoise looked freaking derpy as hell to me when I was a kid. So I was like,
Dude,
Venusaur.
I love Gen 1 art for Blastoise, where he's like that really fat version of himself.
I remember Fat Pikachu
God
Gen
damn!
1. Isn't that.
That's so fucking broken.
Venusaur don't give a fuck. Put your ass to
A
sleep.
fucking leech seed just like 400 damage. God.
I'm sitting here like, get that shit out of here. That's like the most overpowered combo in Gen 1.
And
Mhm.
so that means it will possibly be showing back up in Let's
What?
Go Pikachu on that.
No, that was a
No.
glitch.
That was
Yeah.
a glitch that they patched super hard. Even in the
Pokemon's very aware of their metagame.
virtual versions, that shit's been super
Why does
patched.
that Chansey have 700 health?
Because Chansey has like a really high HP stat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that why it was always?
It's really
What was that?
Chanseys are literal tanks.
Mhm.
They
Chansey and
Blissey,
Blissey.
is like a freaking wall. Like you put up, I think like which one is it? The magic resist thing. Yeah, you're not hurting. You're not hurting. No, you put up barrier. You put up barrier on a Chansey, and you have soft boiled, and you just use rollout. Later, bitch. You're dead. Bye.
Mhm.
How did that bomb go off? I only.
Yeah, but see, like when I was a kid, I didn't
Mhm.
know nothing. Um, I didn't know nothing about that glitch. I literally found that myself, and that was one of the like
Oh, Baby Dad is so smart.
defining moments of my childhood. And then getting on the school bus and listen, no one knows about it. Like no one, the internet's not a thing yet. It's
Mhm.
only word of mouth. I did not say anything about it because it was my like advantage that I found out.
Mhm.
And I was wiping parties with leech seed toxic combo, and people were like, "What the fuck? This Venusaur is too strong." I'm like, "No, not really. It's just a glitch that I figured out. Not telling you how to do it.
Mhm.
Because if you use leech seed before, it doesn't work.
Oh, so it has to be afterwards
It
while
has
the
to be.
multiplier's already there.
It has to be toxic first,
Mhm.
and then the game gets confused about the multiplier,
Mhm.
and then it applies it leech seed too.
That's awesome.
Oh, is that why that Chansey's just getting wrecked?
That's why that Chansey got fucked.
Our Chansey just got her.
I'm like, I knew this guy on my bus, and I swear to God, he had like 4 Dragonites. I'm like, get that shit out of here. Get that shit. You going to ice beam me? Fine. I'm going to heal myself.
What'd you do? Just toxic leech seed him to death?
I sleep powdered him first. Then I set up the leech seed toxic, and then I just sat back and let the game play itself.
That was like my Muna in what was the one that Muna first came out in? Was that Diamond?
No, Muna? Like the taper thing? Gen
No,
5?
no. Muna was the like little blob thing.
Muna?
Yeah.
Oh, the thing that was originally rumored to actually be in red and blue?
Yeah.
Because they kept talking about Muna.
Mhm.
Like, there was a little round Pokemon with flowers on it.
Yep. So that was my beast. in that generation because I would put things to sleep, and then I would just like do the Dream Eater.
I remember when Dream Eater was overpowered. Everyone had a
Mhm.
Gengar.
See, I always just like swap every Pokemon I ran into, and then all my Pokemon would be way too high level. So I would just cheese it for that. I never had like a broken Pokemon because all my Pokemon ended up getting broken.
Oh, you want to hear something hilarious? Okay, when I was younger, and Pokemon Silver just came out, I literally played that game.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Um, my dad bought me the game the day it came out. Um,
Hello?
hello?
Yeah, we
Can you
can
hear me
hear you,
now?
Ben.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, Mike. So I'm playing Legend of Zelda while I'm talking to you guys, and my computer fell asleep.
Oh, okay. We can hear you, dude.
I haven't-
Anyway,
I can-
when I was younger, my brother didn't like he got Pokemon Blue and I got Pokemon Red, but
Mhm.
he didn't really get into it as much as me. He's more the kind of person who wants to play those hack and slash kind of games, action games. That's his shit.
Mhm.
So he didn't get Pokemon Gold. I had Pokemon Silver, so I had no one to trade to. And but that's not what I want to talk about. The day I got it, my dad bought it for me for my birthday. The day it came out, he bought it for me like 3 months early. Well, my present 3 months early, and I played all the way up. I played all the way up to Goldenrod City,
Mhm.
and Whitney's fucking Miltank. Fuck that goddamn rolling out piece of shit. I spent literally, and I played all the way up to Goldenrod City. And I sat there and I played that game. And I was like almost midnight. I was playing from like the time he got home from work, which was 6 o'clock, up until midnight. Like my batteries are almost dead already. And I was so mad that mill tank was just white, like just killing me over and over and over. I like Whitney killed, like she defeated me like 8 times in a row. And
Oh man.
I literally got so mad that I just went and just fought wild Pokemon for 2 hours and got my Pokemon like 3 to 4 levels higher than hers, and then I beat her ass and I passed out 3 a.m. Whitney's Miltank, and you know what? You know what's so horrible? When I played Heart Gold, well, I didn't have Heart Gold. I bought Soul Silver. I had Soul Silver on the Nintendo DS when it came out.
Mhm.
They nerfed it.
Oh no.
They nerfed that Miltank. It was not as strong. By the time you got to Goldenrod City, your Pokemon were average higher level because there was for one reason or another there was more trainer battles on the way to Goldenrod
Mhm.
City.
Mhm.
They added to the remake, and I wish they would actually release that. That would be great. Put it on Switch. Um. Anyway, when you get to Goldenrod City, your Pokemon are like level 16, 17, and her Pokemon are like 14. Now, back in the original Silver, your Pokemon were like 12, 13. And that
Mhm.
Miltank would just wipe your party, would fucking roll out, and then when you got any damage on it, it would just do Milk Drink, and then you're sitting there like, why? Yeah, it was a tanky Pokemon with a Perchurn, and back then rollout was, I think it was like 90% accuracy.
Yeah.
It had a high accuracy, high high hitting move that by the
Mhm.
third rollout you might as well just turn the damn game off and reset it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if you could
What's
not
like
kill that Miltank
the
by the
level
third
gap?
rollout, what's that?
The level gap was also bigger.
The level gap in the original game was a lot bigger because there was less
Mhm.
trainers and there was less incentive to walk through grass back then.
Hmm.
And they actually amped up the trainers in Soul Silver, and they added some of the trainers had more Pokemon, so you had more experience. And when
You
you
also
got
have
to
to
Whitney,
feature.
it was just like a normal battle. It wasn't David versus Goliath, fucking Miltank. That fucking Miltank, dude. That Miltank.
I think you're milk thinking.
I mean, I lost sleep over that shit as a 12-year-old.
Poor baby
Would
Jadis.
you
He just
would
been
you
through
say
so
you
much.
feel cheated?
I just want everyone to understand my pain of that Miltank fucking rollout. I'm sitting there like fucking outcast and sit their asses down. Not outcast. Who the fucking I don't know who that song. Fucking I don't know. Fucking Little John. Whoever fucking wrote that song. Fuck them. I'm saying that Miltank can go fuck itself. And I was hoping they would re-release Soul, Silver and Gold, or maybe re-release Soul Silver and Heart Gold, because I would love to replay those games, but they're like $400 on eBay, and I don't have a Nintendo DS, so I couldn't play it if I wanted to.
Do you remember the pedometer that came with that game?
Yeah, the little Pokeball thing, and you would put a Pokemon on it, and you would walk around with it, and it would level based on how many steps you did.
The thing that's
That
coming
was
out
like the
soon.
most accurate pedometer on the market for years.
Yeah, it was, and
Mhm.
it sells on eBay for exorbitant amounts of money because it's a highly sought after Pokemon memorabilia slash thing you can get.
I'll believe it.
I'd buy one.
I would buy one too, actually.
I'd buy two.
I mean, you got Pokemon Go now, and they're also doing the Pokeball thing majigger,
I want
I
that
want
so
something
bad.
good.
so you can just get that.
I want Pikachu to scream at me while I'm at work.
You know what we should do? And,
What?
and sitting here talking to you guys for 3 hours about video games, it just made me realize this. Well, not 3 hours, about 2 hours.
About 2 hours,
About
yeah.
2 hours. We should every Monday, and I would be down to do this. I don't know about y'all, but every Monday we should just talk about video games for
I
like
love it.
2 hours.
That'd be great.
I'd be down.
I would have to make some graphics and stuff for the stream, and we can just host it
Yeah.
on my stream if y'all are okay with that. And
That's fine with me, yeah.
I would have to
I'm having fun.
I would have to figure out a way
Fine,
to
but Tuesday we talk about animal parts.
what?
Hey, Raina.
Tuesday we talk about weird animal facts.
Hello.
Weird. Tuesday we talk about weird animal facts. Yes. Travis, you missed it when we were talking about weird animals.
Weird animal facts.
Yeah, we were
Mhm.
talking about starfish and weird things, and apparently vultures poop on their feet to keep themselves cool.
I mean, they probably need to.
Um,
Oh, hey, Rena. Sorry, you walked in the wrong time.
Yeah, Raina, we're having a 3 hype show that Dradis is streaming right now, but we got into Pokemon and like we went on some really weird tangents.
Yeah, the last thing
Ooh.
we talked about was Whitney's fucking Miltank and Pokemon Silver. Fuck that Miltank.
That's
Fuck it
the
the
last thing
hell.
you were talking about. I'm still talking about it.
You're talking about vultures pooping on their feet, so continue.
But yeah, no, I'm totally for doing.
You talking about
This is great.
starfish that turn their stomachs inside out?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't like starfish. They're fucking creepy.
They are pretty creepy.
They're also not smart. I mean, have you seen Patrick? Fuck.
I don't think they have brains, actually.
I think
That explains a lot.
I think Patrick is, I mean he's a representative of starfish. But the
Oh,
thing
God.
is,
Jack.
I would believe that SpongeBob would be a lot dumber because sponges don't have any like real sentience like starfish do. They just kind of just sit
I
there.
don't know if you can count starfish as sentient. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean of sentience like intelligence wise. Starfish are smarter because
Jack.
they can move and they know what food is, and sponges just chill.
Someone call
Once
for
it's
help.
processed
Jack is
food,
laying on
they
me.
move. I mean, like, they're both about on the intelligence level of a plant. I really wish I had remembered to pick up Binding of Isaac while I was out earlier. I wanted that on my Switch pretty bad.
That game.
Binding of Isaac. You know what game I need to play, and I'm never
Hmm.
finished.
I've got it 100% on my PC.
Cave
I want it on my
Story.
Switch though.
I need to finish Cave Story. I've started it and never finished it.
Is that the one narrated by George Takei?
I also need to play The Witcher 3 because Drew bought it for me like a month and a half ago, and I haven't touched it. But I'll have some time to play it here soon because I'm not raiding anymore. And once I'm done with Eureka, I'm pretty much going to take a break until next raid patch.
Hmm.
Can you
But
hear that, Sorry, go on.
oh no, I was just gonna. It's okay. You go ahead, Hippo.
Ryan Reynolds is voicing Detective Pikachu.
What? Is that confirmed?
That's what the guy at the video game
The-
store told me.
it's a movie I know of. Or there's an animation for Detective Pikachu that Ryan. I don't know about the actual game. I still stick with I want the game to be voiced by Danny DeVito. For besides, why not?
Yeah,
They need to.
Danny DeVito. I mean, Danny DeVito was what's his name in Hercules, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he
I think
was.
it's
He was Phil.
Dude, okay. Who here has played the PlayStation 1 Hercules game?
No.
I played it one time.
Danny DeVito is in that game, and he is cheering your ass on the entire time, and it's the most inspirational thing you will ever hear. I'm just
I don't-
saying.
Did you see the
I
picture
don't-
where
Oh,
Chick brought a cardboard of Danny DeVito to prom? Danny DeVito brought a cardboard cutout of that chick to a bar.
that's amazing.
Freaking Danny DeVito's the best dude.
I didn't hear the details about it, but I know he like stopped a kid from killing themselves once.
I'll believe it.
Like apparently Danny DeVito is just like an amazing person in person. And I'm like, even his fucking name's amazing. Ugh, love Danny DeVito.
So
I want to be Danny DeVito.
you could be whatever you want to be.
You can.
You can screw up to be Danny DeVito. It's not too late.
He doesn't. He's still young.
Okay, so
Danny DeVito.
what I'm gonna do,
Mm.
since this was so fun, I had fun talking to you guys for 2 hours about nonsensical bullshit and video games. I mean, we had fun. We
I had a very good time.
this was fun.
Yeah.
Next week I'm going to make some graphics. We're gonna debate on a name between now and then.
Okay.
Monday we'll figure out what time, and we'll let everyone know we're gonna have a little talk show every Monday about video games, pop culture, whatever we want to talk about. Pretty much
Yeah,
going on.
Just nerd life.
Nerd life. That's probably what it's gonna be called now. You just coined that.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's up?
if you guys aren't rating anymore, I prefer Sundays so I can make it. I got work Monday nights.
I still raid. So
My
I can't-
group, yeah, her group still raids. My group does not.
Okay, I was not following the conversation.
We can do
I'll
it
be-
early.
okay.
We can do it earlier in the day. What time you go to work, dude?
Like, usually 2 to 11.
What time?
2 to 11 my time.
2 to 11 your time. So
Well, we could also have it be a specific time, and then it's whoever's. So then that way it's kind of like a rotating cast.
Yeah, I mean, we just invite
Okay.
whoever who wants to talk about video games and
Yeah.
shit. But like Mary already said or coined it earlier when we started this whole conversation. I mean, is we're we're the hosts. Me and her are the hosts, so we're talking.
Yeah. Well,
We can have
I mean, I was just bullshitting around, but then you just kind of went with it.
I mean, it just it's turned into this. This is what happens
This is
when
what happened.
nerds start getting ideas about what they want to do randomly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hours.
I have been goofing around in 14 this entire time we've been having this conversation.
I've just been pacing up and down my hallway in my apartment.
I've been sitting in front of my computer AFK in Final Fantasy 14 for 2 hours, and that's literally what's been on my stream for the last 2 hours. Is me AFK in front of the market board talking to you
Oh, wait.
two, talking to you guys.
That's awesome.
But we'll work out the finer details, and I mean,
Yeah.
we don't always have to have it on Monday. We can have it on, it could be on Tuesday when I want other people to be a part of this that want
Absolutely.
to contribute. I mean, I would like to have Show on. Maybe he can nerd out with us. That'd be cool. He don't ever get on
Yeah.
voice. He's kind of shy when it comes to that, but
Well, we can do. He has a really nice microphone that he can use, and we can just microphone.
yeah. But I need to end my stream right now because I've been
Alright.
streaming for 7.5 hours.
Oh, is there gonna be a way that you could partition off this talk show part and make a video? Because I would totally like to listen to this at some point.
Well, that's the magic of Twitch. What I can do
Mhm.
is after if we set up a time to do this every week, and that's all I stream, I can just start the stream. We can start talking. And then after the stream is done, I can upload the VOD to YouTube, and it can just be a standalone video. And
I like it.
I can archive everything that way.
I like it. I feel like we're about to be internet famous.
Not really, but
No.
we're doing stuff we love to do.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what matters. We're just doing this for the fun of it, and that's why I stream. I stream because I like interacting with other people outside of what I'm doing, and it's another way for me to have fun.
Mhm.
All about
Along,
being
what? But I don't know. I don't know. Would anyone have any last words before I end my stream right now? Because I've literally been streaming since like 11 o'clock.
No, I'm just really excited for Kingdom Hearts, and I may slip into a coma just so that I don't have to go to work and pretend I'm not hype.
I just realized that all this time we've been talking about video games, we have not once talked about the fact that I'm super excited for the Yakuza 2 trailer. They might show off.
Yakuza.
Yakuza 2 Kiwami.
Yakuza.
Oh, it's Yakuza. Like I took a day off from the internet when Yakuza 6 came out and just shut down everything. Hunkered into a room.
Well, that's like me taking a day off. I took a week off for Stormblood. Yeah, nerds gotta do what nerds gotta do, right?
Oh yeah, no. Well,
Alright.
like I told my boss that I'm sorry I can't work past noon on Monday. I have a previous engagement.
Yep.
Yeah. Nope, not missing it. Sorry.
But
Yeah, go ahead, end your stream.
I'm gonna end the stream. I'll be right back, guys.
All right. Cool.
And I want to thank you guys for watching. Who's been sticking around and hanging out